Hello viewers, welcome to our next lecture. In previous lecture we have discussed that what is economics, what is microeconomics, what is the difference between microeconomics and macroeconomics. Then we discussed about that what is demand, what is desire, and uh, in our today lecture we are going to discuss about what is economic model. Basically, model is the abstract form of the reality. Uh, we make model to make think simplify. We make complexity into very simple things. Like here, I write that an economic model is a simplified version of the reality that allow us to observe, understand, and make prediction about economic behavior. The purpose of model is to take a complex real world situation and pare it down to the essentials. What does it states? It states that model make us easier to understand what is happening in the real world. Okay, so when we say that when price increases, demand decreases. That is law of demand. But price is not the only thing which is affecting demand. There are a lot of other variables which are affecting our demand decision. But for simplicity, we take all other variable as constant and we check one-to-one relationship between price and demand. So in any model of economics, there always exists two type of variables. One is called exogenous variable and the other are called endogenous variable. We also called exogenous variable as independent variable and endogenous variable as dependent variable. Exogenous or the independent variable are those variable which are not depending on any others. First change occur in independent variable, then they will affect all other variable present in the model. Let's say take example of quantity, demand and price. So here is a model. Quantity demand is a function of price. It is the one of the most simplest model in the economics. In this model we have two variable. One is exogenous and the other one is endogenous. In this model, price is our exogenous variable and quantity demand is our endogenous variable. In economics, by rule we write exogenous variable on the right hand side of the equation and we write endogenous variable on the left hand side of the equation. So this is rule of the economics, that how we write economic model. We write dependent variable on the left side of the equation and we write independent variable on the right side of the equation. So here QD is showing quantity demand, P is showing price level, QD is endogenous variable or the dependent variable, P is the exogenous variable or the independent variable. So in this model we have only two variables, one is quantity demand and the other one is price. We are saying that there is a relationship between quantity demand and price. Whenever price increases, we will demand less for that product. But in real world, our demand decision is not depending only on price. There are a lot of other factors which are affecting our demand. For example, our income, taste, weather condition, fashion. So these all things are affecting our demand as well. But for simplicity of the model, like as I discussed in the previous slide, that For simplicity, we take all other thing as constant. We do not want to discuss the complex situation of the market. We make things simpler. So that's why we take uh, all other variable are constant. Like we also can write here fashion, taste, weather. They are all affecting our demand. Whenever our income increases, we are more interested or we are more willing to buy more number of goods. But for simplicity of the model, we take that all other things are remaining constant. There, whenever then price increases, our demand increases, there is a negative relationship between quantity demand and price. Similarly, when we talk about supply of any good, so being a producer, we are looking at the price. If price increases, then in order to earn more profit, we will supply more of that good. So our supply decision is depending on price. First change occur in price. Then by looking at price, we decide that how much we are going to supply of that good into the market. So when we are talking about demand, we are discussing the household, and when we are talking about supply, we are discussing the supplier side or the producer side of the economy. So I hope that in this lecture you will definitely learn that what is the difference between exogenous variable and endogenous variable and what is economic model. So in our next lecture we will discuss that what is quantity demand, what is demand schedule, demand curve, and what are the assumption and what are the law of demand. So if you have any question you can ask me. Best of luck, take care.